Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be having a little bit of a discussion, and it's not really a sorry, I just need to clean this lens. There we go. Oh, as y'all can see, I got a little bit of my gown on, even though you may be asking, Danny, like, why are you wearing your gown if you're not wearing pajamas? Sorry, I didn't flash it, don't worry. This is like normal day clothing. So if y'all are asking why I got this gown on, it's because it's bloody cold. It's cold. Speaking of cold, I got something cold here that I'm gonna drink. Because I'm thirsty. And I didn't want water. So what I got today, something really special. It's kind of weird. I've never heard of it in my life. Damn. If anything, I remember there was this one guy that said that, especially when he gave it to my dad, right? It was gonna tickle your throat. Now I wish there was something else tickling my throat. Anyway, so ow, why do I laugh like that? Okay, so the drink here is called the Hatsu tea, and it is here as specified. It is sugar-free mangosteen flavored white tea. And you know what? I literally don't be enjoying coffee that much, which is why I kind of like enjoy this. Not because I don't like the taste of coffee, because my body tea. Yeah. Okay. So, as y'all can see, I already opened it up a little bit because I didn't want to struggle with that whole thing of opening it over. And then my nails hurt so much because look at them. So this is how it was initially wrapped. Wrapped around here, the edges of the lid. And I didn't want to do that, right? Because obviously when you... Why am I rimming it? That's what I need. Okay, so let me shut up and take a sip. Shut up and take a sip. I haven't taken a sip yet, though. I've only taken off, like, the plastic bits because I didn't want y'all to see me struggle with that because that would have been embarrassing. And I don't know how to edit videos yet. That's only going to come later. Let's see what happens. Maybe we keep it raw. Maybe we keep it raw. Maybe we, Anyway, let me chug it. Chug. Oh, by the way, it is not alcoholic. So if I get flagged... Ooh, something's in my face. If I get flagged, as y'all can see, by the way, the towel is gone. Because it's a new day, obviously. So, if I won't get flagged. Hopefully, I don't get flagged for or having like an alcoholic drink because it's not alcoholic. Okay, this drink is not. Just for the captions to like, hear me enunciate the words out of my mouth because y'all see the bullshit some people's captions have nowadays on their videos. How they be saying one thing and then the captions say something else that sounds like another language. But anyway, so we're gonna we're gonna drink our Hatsu tea because I'm so hot. So let me shut up and have a sip. Okay, so it tastes like Boss. I'm kidding. It does take a little bit like Boss, but it has a little bit of a more... It has like a very fruity lemon taste to it. Fruity. Definitely familiar with that. Anyway, so the main reason why I made this video today is to help y'all understand the concept of patience. Thought I heard scratching on my door. Patience is something that is rarely a given. It's more of something... What is that? Oh no, it's just the juice. It's rarely something that is given to you, again, from birth. It's rather something that is developed over time. And I know that there's a lot of people that say, oh, well, but I want patience and God won't give me patience. I want patience, but God... Sorry, y'all had to see that. Editor, can we cut the... Oh, I am the editor. And I'm an editor. Get that. I'm an editor that don't know how to edit. So, I'm gonna just be patient with myself. Hold on. So the concept of patience kind of works like this, where it oftentimes you're presented with a place or an event, right, or a situation where people test your patience. Yeah, y'all know that saying, people testing your patience. I know my patience has been tested multiple times. I wouldn't even need an exam because I failed every single test. University stuff. If you know, you know. Statistics. At least they don't need to write to sup. I'm not talking about supper. I'm talking about supplementary. So, comment down below if y'all are struggling with any university subjects. If y'all are even in university, or if y'all are in school. If something's going on, tell me in the comments below. If you want to put it in the comments below, go ahead and do that. Even if you don't, this is just a session between you and I, okay? I'm not the therapist. I'm the one that's giving myself a therapy session that's not working. So, that's the whole thing about patience. Sorry, this is just so good. Wait, quick little ASMR for you guys. So good. Get yours now for only $45.99. Get yours now for only $45.99. Anyway, patience, which is something y'all need to have with me during this video as I talk a lot of cack. Patience doesn't show up as itself when you ask for it. It shows up in the form of an opportunity. Now, there's a lot of people that says, oh, wait, but I want patience in my life and I want God to give me patience. Why isn't God giving me patience? And so I said, okay, baby, do you think that if you ask for something, right, and if you want something, do you think it's going to fall into your lap? Or are you going to have countless of opportunities to get what you want? It's not just for patience. It's the same thing for money. If you want a lot of money, it's not going to fall out of the sky, cloudy with a chance of money, cloudy with a chance of dollars. Okay? It's not going to fall out of the sky. You need to go earn it. God will give you the opportunities. He'll give you the tools. The grind, again, from my previous video, grind sold separately. Just like how the grind towards your purpose is sold separately. And patience is a factor that influences how your purpose can turn out. Not necessarily in the end, but more of like the checkpoints, because you know through life you have checkpoints. Okay, it's like a Mario game. It's like a Roblox dangerous RV game. Okay, not to get hyper specific. So think about it. Does God give you patience? Or does he give you the opportunity to be patient? And then you have to ask yourself, okay, that's cool. I understand where you're going with that. And then you start going into seasons or situations where you notice that people are being rowdy with you. Things are happening in your life. You're losing money. You lost your partner. Not dying, but you broke up. You lost your dog, again, not dying, but he ran away. Let's hope that none of those things happen to you, please. Or you have been academically excluded or need to go and rewrite one of your modules. Don't worry, that didn't happen to me. Anyway, if it happened to you, I'm so sorry. But I know you're going to slay next time around. You got this, okay? You got this. So, when it comes to a season where you're being tested, you're essentially being tested and sharpened to have the thing that God is giving you, the thing that you want, okay? And patience is one of those things where it's learned, not taught, okay? It's learned through experience and not taught in a classroom and not given to you directly. Because if you're a super impatient person, you become patient the next day, all just so magically by witchcraft. I don't believe in that. But by some other form of practice or whatever. Okay? I would not believe you. So, when it comes to asking for something, you need to showcase the qualities of somebody with patience. So, what does that look like? Taking 2 steps back when something has happened, letting the anger calm through you. You can be frustrated, yes. Nothing wrong with being frustrated. It's just losing your temper. Okay, that's the thing we're trying to prevent. Especially if it's something that's semi-big, not necessarily too big, okay? Semi-big or small, so that serves as a little bit of an inconvenience. But you need to be able to try and prevent your temper because you can make things worse for you, not only other people, but yourself. So take 2 steps back, analyze what just happened, ask how is it making you upset. This is the one thing that's nice about deep deep self-awareness. Okay, it's the fact that you understand how your emotions are playing out in order to take you to how you feel in the moment, or it's supposed to feel in that moment. It's giving inside out, basically, but you're trying to prevent your insides from coming out. I hope that doesn't happen literally, because that will be hella disturbing. Oh, no, sorry. YouTube doesn't like me saying that word. The place downstairs, that word. They don't like me saying that word. Instead, I'm going to say HE double hockey stick. Y'all get the gist. So, take steps back. Have a look at the situation. Understand how your emotions plays out in order to get there. And there's also some physical cues that you can exhibit in order to prevent yourself from getting more aggressive. Okay? So, what you can do is whenever you are in a place of anger, this is the one thing that my drama teacher taught me. Okay, this is one thing that I thought was really cool, especially to learn in drama, was how he was able to manage his emotions in a moment where people would ultimately lose their shit. And so I really looked up to it because at the end of the day, it made sense. For human beings, we exhibit certain cues before we get to the final result, which is obviously the okay, before we get to that place. Not the crazy part, but just, the one where you're extremely agitated and frustrated. So he notices that when he does actually get angry, and this is the one thing that you need to have as someone who needs to have a level or high level of self-awareness, is that when you are literally angry in that moment, notice what your body does. For me, I know that sometimes I like to stiffen up my hands when I'm angry, right? Because then all the emotion is like going into my head and it makes me hot. Sometimes I like to, how should I say, stiffen my shoulders even, which I don't even know why I do that, okay? Another thing is clenching my teeth. That's another thing, clenching my teeth. Not really stretching my jaw. I don't know why I just did that. Oh. It's supposed to be a live lesson. I don't know why I'm looking around. I'm thirsty. Okay, now it's just tasting like something else. Anyway. So basically, look at what happens to you physically. It's not like you're going to have a mirror when you're angry. And it's not even like you can go, Daddy's angry. It's not. So, when you're upset, notice the physical things that you do, and then do the exact opposite in order to prevent yourself from hitting the ceiling. Hopefully not hitting your head on the ceiling like you see in, what was that one movie now that started with the H? Hereditary. Remember when that gent was running like into the attic and then his mom followed him? Well, it wasn't really his mom, but whoever that thing was went up, started banging her head against the ceiling. Please don't do that. I really don't recommend it. It's really not a nice feeling. Don't ask how I know. Anyway, do the exact opposite. Instead of shrugging your shoulders and holding it tight, let it go. Hand, let it go. If your face is getting hot, and one thing I also notice is that my face, not only my face, but my hands also get hot. Try and find the closest surface or the closest thing that is cold, right? Because then it exhibits the exact opposite effect, which is something that I used when I used to do public speaking in class, which is another video that I'm going to get into later on confidence. Confidence is key. Confident. I need another sip. It's bubbly. So, we'll just say we're headed. You know, Miss Melissa McCarthy. Girl, come in. I don't really know. Okay. I hold something cold, like this, for example. If I'm frustrated or if I'm overly angry and I start getting hot and flustered, I hold something cold. I immediately calm down afterwards. Okay? And this all works. I'm not telling you to count sheep. Okay? But that's just some of my different ways of trying to conflict the, how should I say? We're actually having conflict with the, I'm having a brain fart. I think it's the drink. The commonalities, the common outcomes of a situation that doesn't necessarily go your way, where you can get easily frustrated and throw a fit. Hopefully you don't throw a fit. Please don't throw a fit. That's not healthy for your heart. Keep your heart intact and walk out the door. So that's another way that you can practice or exhibit patience. Obviously, when you get to that point where you are done with your patience is already through the roof, letting it all out is healthy. More healthy than you think. Okay? And I've had plenty of times that happen. Plenty of times. Let me tell you, back in my day. That happened. Shit. Anyway. So that's basically today's video. I'll know that y'all obviously don't have all those resources available to you when you are actually in that moment. So try as best as possible to understand this is what physically happens to me, where I do not need to rely on another object in order to calm myself down, like the shrugged shoulders or like the tight shoulders, the closed hands. Maybe the flustered face is gonna need like a cup of water or something. Going to the bathroom, splashing your face with cold water even works, okay? So, yeah, today was just all about exhibiting a form of patience and being able to understand your body's cues before you start losing your cock. Because once you lose your cock, you go into jail. Hopefully it doesn't get to that extent, but you understand what I'm saying. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, enjoy yourselves. Or maybe should I just talk some more while I'm like having a drink because I'm thirsty. So good. Again, not alcoholic. Okay, this is a literal iced tea, mangosteen flavored. It's sugar free as well, and I was actually surprised because it tastes a little bit sweet. And then you got the Hatsu tea. The Hatsu because I'm hot. It's right there, and it's right there in the spelling. Don't mind it not being an O. Cause baby, I'm clean.